knew one day you'd fall for someone new. But if he breaks your heart like lovers do, just know that I'll be waiting here for you.
Today we're doing the Whisper Challenge.
What's up, you guys? I'm Ethan Florentine. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Florentine. Me talking towards you guys. We're gonna make comedy skits. We're gonna build up a team. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. New Year 2020. Learning to become a better human being. Thank you again to everyone who supported me. See you guys in 2021. Love y'all. Peace.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous. I'm just gonna let everything roll, bro, to be honest with you. Okay, hit me with those questions, man. Alright, the camera's on. Camera's on. It's right there. Yeah, so it's just documenting. So it's like, it feels weird because it's like a camera's following me everywhere, but at the same time it's, you know, it's raw shit. Okay.
Now we are grown men.
It's basically it's not even like a high budget film type of thing. Okay, cameras are rolling, perfect. You hear me perfect? Here, Roger. Hi, my name is Ethan Florentine. I'm 18 years old and I love filming, I love creating, and I'm a filmmaker.
Today we're doing the Whisper Challenge.
What's up, you guys? I'm Ethan Florentine. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Florentine. Let's do this. We're gonna make comedy skits. We're gonna build up a team. What's up, guys?
I took a break from social media and creating videos. The whole idea of like what I was going through was the fact that I felt burnt out. I felt to the point where I just was losing myself, to the point where I was like suffering a lost identity. I just felt for a fact that I was burning out of this like passion, and I had like so much like shit on my mind, to the point where I was just scared of like always trying to like be on the goal of just filming and letting everything out, that I was losing my self-confidence, I was losing myself, I was losing people in general. I just felt like my mental health was just like falling. When I took the break off, it was very hard for me to take the break, obviously because my life depended on that. And I realized if I was so addicted to just going on my phone or just focusing on the media or whatever it is, then I know for a fact my lifestyle was unhealthy. Instead, I wasn't focusing. In reality, I was more focused on top what was on the phone screen. And my emotions was breaking down to the point where I didn't know what to do, and I was depressed. My past was very difficult. That I started this when I was 14 years old, when I first fell in love into like making videos and creating. Past was that I had 3 jobs. I had Saber Media, I had Drama Club, I still had school, obviously. Part about it too was like I was still creating and I was still filming, and I was getting very burnt out to the point where I was so hyper focused on getting to this pace and trying to rush everything to the point where I didn't slow down. My trauma was that back in, I was getting nervous talking about it. It's back in September and August of 2019. Between those 2 months, I led a walk for the Mauna Kea. I got backlash, right? I hit with backlash and criticism. It turned out that a lot of people felt like I wasn't doing it for the heart, and I was doing it for the media. Obviously, when you had like the whole, like just standing on that stage and just having this whole ideal of like people and like having the eyes seek me, to the point where like, of course people are gonna target that. Basically, like, I had like 2 emotions mixed up with like the filming part of me, and also what I love to do from the heart, which is always being a leader and always speaking in front of people. Confronted the situation into me being very emotional. after that whole thing. Like memes going around, I had people talking shit about me, you know. I mean, the whole ideal of like what I grown up as positivity and everything like that. I was so blessed to realize that fact that like during that very specific moment of that happening, I felt like the whole world was against me. I wasn't used to like having negativity on top of me. I thought I was doing something that was right. To a lot of people, I made them upset. And from deep down in my heart, I am sorry for that. I was actually doing it from the heart. But from who I was showcasing and what I was representing out into reality made it seem like that. There were some mistakes that I was having inside my life and the mental health that I was having, to the point where I was losing track of myself, where I was losing that side of me, of who I am and what I want to be. And I just felt lost. After that whole thing that happened in the past, it was very rough for me. I was hit with just a lost identity. I didn't know who my friends were. Everywhere I walked around the school, I just felt like eyes were on top of me. People hated me, you know, and I'm still a fucking human being. I still have like these emotions in me, to the point where like I'm very like sensitive, because I'm so used to always getting positive feedback. But I ended up having the negative feedback, which really hurt me for who I was. And I upset a lot of people. It shaped me for who I am now. Coping with it was hard. Like I said, life continued to happen every day. You know, life is not gonna stop. It's not gonna stop and just be like, hey, you know what, really reflecting. Life just kept going on days by days after. You know, it was hard for me to cope with it. Every day I wake up and I tell myself, like, what am I feeling today? You know, I was scared to even step like foot into school. I just felt this insecurity in my heart, to the point where I was just afraid to speak to people. I was afraid to showcase that. If you guys knew me from the past, I was like a social media influencer and everything like that. It was hard for me to even cope with that, because like I told myself, I wasn't so focused on my private life, you know. I was always letting everything out. It's so fucking crazy, because I just had to live through it. I had to go through this pain. I had to really understand this side of me, understand why I was getting heated, of who this personality, why is it disappointing people. You know, I lost a lot of friends. Like I said, like if you guys knew me personally, people back then, you guys knew I had a big ass fucking circle, that I was so open up to everybody. You know, I always thought like having all these different type of people to attend to, they would still be here, because you know, like it's giving me unlimited amount of love of company. But you see, like when I go through something, a lot of friends can turn to nothing. Even though you have a lot of friends, you still feel empty inside. But you see, the friends were the problem. I was the problem. You understand that I was so friends, like I had so many friends, I had a big circle, that maybe the reasons why they left was because I didn't attend to them mainly. Why would you have a lot of friends to attend to if you can just have a few? And I didn't see that. It was because for an actual friend to have, you're supposed to get to know them, you're supposed to understand them. I didn't have the process to do that, because I couldn't do that to every single buddy. I met a lot of new friends, but at the same time, you see, like I was able to know, like when new people come into my life, you have to understand it now. Because now that I already went through that, I was able to build up the courage to understand by first impressions, by understanding who they are. Sometimes I don't like opening up to people anymore, because I'm scared of that, and that gives me trauma, just because I felt alone. Now that I have a good amount of friends, I don't want to lose anybody else, right? You know, because I'm having enough energy, because when it comes to friends in general, you want to be able to have friends that reciprocate energy. You don't want to just keep giving people with energy and they just fucking take it and they leave, right? Because it makes you feel like shit. And these friends were able to help me out and see things from a different perspective, help me to grow, go out and have the same interests as me. And it's funny too, because I didn't look for these friends that I had. God was able to meet them naturally, you know? And as I met them naturally, everything else followed on. I was able to share the same interests as them, because we reciprocate energy, we reciprocate the same interests. We uplift each other to grow, not one person making the other one grow. And that's how it should be. Just letting everything come into you and let everything like fall into time. And when you understand of who you are as a person, you understand the energy between people of what you want to have in your life and what you want to keep or what you need to let go, because it's bad for you. And I was able to be blessed to have these people share these memories with me, because without these people that I have now, I love them with all my heart, is because they're the reason where I am right now. My ego is high. You know, I always used to hide myself, like telling everyone that my ego was low. But if I'm being like straight up the fuck honest, it was high before. That the ego was taking over of who I was. And to me, there's ego and soul. So deep down in my heart, taken over by the ego in me. My high ego, and you know, I had to go through that. My ego was going high. I got blinded. I got blinded by the media, I got blinded by everything, blinded by people, blinded by love, everything in general. Everyone has ego in them, you know, but sometimes you just have to let the soul speak. You have to let your soul take over the ego and not the ego take over the soul. And I was able to rebuild that this past couple of months, to just rebuild myself, rebuild this soul, and to let my ego just die down and not really focus on that anymore, you know? Because the soul is the most important thing in your body, and the fucking ego, sometimes you just let ego take over you. You feel like shit. Your mental health goes down, your lifestyle goes down, ego should always be lowered, and that's what I had to go through. I had to let my soul speak for myself because my ego was too high. But after this whole thing, this was a blessing from God to tell myself that it knocked the ego out of me, to lower the expectations, to lower my intentions, to build myself up, to really look at things from a higher spiritual perspective, and to focus and look at other people's shoes instead of my shoes. Because that's what the ego wants. It just wants you to focus on your shoes and not other people. Like, why was I hurting? Why did I hurt people? Look at it from their perspective. I realized that I'm just a guy who just loves filming, and I love to create, and I love to just document things and just enjoy that. So ever since the pandemic, you know, it was like a blessing. I was running out of energy. I was running like the world was against me. And then I would always go to bed just praying to God, like, God, just please help me get out of this. Help me see like blessings, like how do I overcome this challenge? You know, this is why like everyone should like trust in his plan, trust in everything that he has gotten for you. Because to be honest, I'm still going through the storm, but you know, the resources he has given me was able to like seek these new things, and what he was able to give me when I thought I was alone, these two people named Ricky and Rachel, they were there the first time ever since this whole thing like died down during the pandemic and everything in general. They were able to like be a blessing in disguise to teach me these resources like meditating, journaling, and these two resources, these two core resources, besides the number one resource, which is praying obviously, but the resources that I got from them, from meditating, journaling, and praying, it helped me to ease my emotions. It helped me to write down these things. It helped me to understand to just breathe. I didn't realize how important it is to breathe, conscious breathing especially. Then when I just take a step back and I just write when I'm feeling down every day before I go to bed, when I just meditate when I'm breathing, it really just helps me with my mind, it helps me with my consciousness, it helps me with my soul. It helps me to separate my thoughts in general, to have the clear path on seeing things from a different perspective. So the biggest thing that I did on my break was that I needed to understand reality now. You know, I had to understand like my mental health. I had to understand the healthy lifestyle habits. I'm tired of always waking up and having my phone stimulate my eyes, or even at night. You know, on my break, I was able to realize, like, just find this another trait of me, which was buried inside of me because I was blinded, like I said, but the adventurous side came back out of me. I was able to go on hikes again, go on sunsets, sunrises, cruising with the friends, the homies, having nights out, just really enjoying life. I was able to, you know, make memories throughout my own eyes and capture that. I didn't want to touch the camera, obviously, because like I said, I was going through some things, you know? I didn't want to combine that hatred, love on top of what I love to do. So before documenting things, I needed to document within my own eyes, and just to understand and have the feeling being with the world and just taking it day by day, understanding my emotions, understanding who I am, understanding everything in the present of what's in front of my eyes. When I was able to do that, I was able to see things from a higher spiritual perspective. I felt that warm feeling of the vibes that we went on, creating memories with the friends, just enjoying that. Because when you start seeing things from your own eyes and really just adapt it into yourself, you start feeling everything in your heart. You start feeling this override of your vibrations in your body going off, that you just have this nostalgic feeling in you because you're one with your friends, you're at a nice view, you're creating memories, living heaven on earth, basically, enjoying life, spending time with my family, fixing my relationship with my family, fixing my relationship with God. You see, I don't know if a lot of people understand this, but when you start fixing your relationship with God, do you guys not realize that everything else follows through? Every relationship follows through. The minute where I started focusing on that, everything followed through, and I knew his plan was correct. I knew that he was molding me to become better. Because I'm still alive, I'm still breathing, it's because every day he's still working on me. Every day he's still building me up to be the best human I can be. And that's who I have to follow, that's who I have to seek to. And I was blessed that he was able to help me see that. It made me grow because the whole ideal of this negativity, this everything that I was hit with in life. And I had to understand, no matter how much tears that came out of my eyes, no matter how much anger that I had, all these emotions that I had, that it was all part of God's love. Now that I was able to experience negativity, I was able to realize that it makes me grow. Positivity gives you feedback. Negativity makes you grow. To the point where now that you know and build your barriers, you're able to walk through that. Overall, the perspective, it was God making me grow. And I needed to go through this. I needed to go through this phase was because I needed to let it hit. Every pain that you will fucking go through in life, you need to understand for the fact that you have to let shit hit. Why? It's because it gives you the ideal for a visionary of what you want to do better in life. If you had shitty friends, I was a shit friend in the past, but I went through losing that to become a better friend. You need to understand that failure is important. Failure is the biggest thing that people don't realize. No matter how much times where I feel like I'm gonna cry or I'm gonna get fucking pissed, the biggest thing about it is that it uplifts me to grow, that I'm thankful for that. Because there comes to a point where you're tired of feeling it. You're tired of feeling like pain. You're tired of like dealing with a fucking breakup with friends, a trauma, that you tell yourself one day that you're gonna get your ass up because you're tired of it. And it builds that motivation for you to do something better, to create healthy habits, to help you grow, to help you walk. That I was tired of getting mad. I was tired of letting it hit. Now that I let it hit, my motivation and my answers are clear now. What I need to do, what it's clear to do. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices in life, but those sacrifices are gonna fucking uplift you. These emotions give you more satisfaction later on when you complete something. You put in the work. Put in your work on yourself. You test yourself every day. You build yourself up. You start to see progress every day. But one day of just pushing hard can make a fat progress. If you come across that problem again, you're gonna remember in your mind, I went through this before. I know how this ends up. You try something new, you try a different path, and you keep walking. To know for a fact that anything is possible through a storm. I wanna be able to share out my adventure things. I wanna be able to share out these things where in my adventurous life. The ideal of what I hate, okay, now that I'm thinking about it, it's like there's no reason or point of this, but then now that I take a step back and I really realize that a lot of people target people for being fake on camera and everything like that. And that is true. You know, a lot of people said it for me too. But then when you actually look at the ideal of it is, why do you need to showcase a negative side of you? Like, what is the point of showing everyone your private life of your negative life? If, like, for example, I love to film. Filming makes me happy. It makes me this overall happy feeling. So when I'm gonna touch the fucking camera, I'm gonna film happy things. I'm gonna feel motivated. I'm gonna film shit that inspires me. You expect everyone to see the full side of you, and there's some people out there that wanna keep things private. I'm gonna film happy things, motivate you guys, but not because I wanna be able to like focus on that. I wanna do things from the heart that inspires people. And when I start showcasing who I really am, showcasing what I wanted to share, I attract people that are like-minded like me. On my break, I did film videos. But I didn't film it because I wanted to put it on the internet. I filmed it was because of the love for it. Living through the moment of what I learned during my break. It's watching it or documenting it through my eyes. Now that I was able to understand that feeling, I just brought a camera with me just for the fuck of it. Just so that when I film everything, I'm filming in the moment. Not everything is planned anymore. So when I get my ass back on the desk and I'm editing again, I relive that moment again. I relive this thing. The satisfaction of when I finished the fucking project that I captured, I share that to my family and my friends first, and me. They all seen the videos that I'm gonna share out to you guys now. During my break, I was able to realize that I was able to gain an amount of love again, amount of infinite of motivation in me that I was creating, I was filming without posting, I was filming without sharing. No one knew, and that's okay. Now that I've understood seeing things through my eyes, of creating things, and just documenting things through my eyes and feeling the emotions, I was now ready to go out and share to the world what I wanted to share. But instead of putting in the ideal of I'm just gonna do this because I want to share it out to people, no, I didn't. I was able to go out and adventure with my friends, and I just brought a camera with me, and we just filmed everything. Practice it on myself and just edit it. I've been making videos where I can just share out to my family and my friends, be more satisfied of wanting to create. I want to be able to share things that inspire you guys, to get your guys' asses up and to fight for what you guys want. learn and grow within those 3 words. Like I said, live through the moment, learn through the mistakes, and grow into a better human being. That's what I always will preach. And I'm happy to be able to share that. And I'm not even gonna plan on saying what I want to share now. I'm just gonna release it and you guys just watch. I'm still a human being. I'm still God's creation. I'm not perfect. I will make mistakes. I will. Because why? It's because I'm not fucking perfect. Is that I'm not perfect to the point where I'm just gonna like think like, okay, I learned through this, I got out of this storm, I'm not gonna make mistakes. No, I'm gonna make mistakes. Everybody fucking makes mistakes. Everyone will go through mistakes. And when I go through mistakes, I have a vision of what I need to do now, what I need to share and what I want to showcase. When I make mistakes, I know what to do with it because all these resources I found, I was able to be blessed with that. And this goes for you guys too. And it's okay to make mistakes. I used to think like I used to get so worked up because I made a mistake in life, but you see, the mistakes is what builds you up. The mistakes is what you go through so that when you come across that again, you know what to do next. You made the mistake, try another method. It goes like that in every day of life. One message I want to be able to share out to you guys is that no matter how much you go through pain, no matter how much times you want to go through shit or you go through shit, always remember for a fact that you always have to have hope. That word hope is like the biggest thing that you always have to remember. You know, you're breathing, you're still living because God has not finished your story yet. Another big thing too is that if you love something so much and you feel drained, just don't be afraid of it. Take a step back. It's okay to take a step back. Why? Because when you take a step back from what you love to do, you start getting rid of those negative thoughts. And you start realizing like, okay, I want to focus, I want to better myself. And when you start bettering yourself and you take a break from what you love to do, when you go back to what you love to do, you'll see a whole new energy for it. You'll see a brand new fucking visionary of what you want. Your mindset gets better to go back to what you love to do. You start seeing from a different perspective. You start building so much confidence and so much motivation for yourself that anything is possible. Because when you start going back to what you love to do, you're gonna realize the progress. You're gonna realize all these new things that you wanna do, or you wanna try different. All these new methods is that always keep moving forward no matter what it is. And that's the biggest thing is, and always leave it up all to God. Give it all up to God. And as you give it all up to God, and you fix your relationship with Him before everything else, everything will follow through. So the overall thing that I wanted to share is that I just want to, if you guys have seen me in the videos in the past and you guys are watching now, I want to say welcome back and thank you guys so much for the people who have been supporting me through this journey that I've been through, because I promise you guys that these new things are going to be different. New ways of what I'm going to showcase to you guys are going to be different. I'm still gonna make mistakes when I get older, as I'm still living and learning and growing, because that's the whole idea of life. If you're new here, and this is your first video of watching for who I am, just buckle up, because this is gonna be a fucking roller coaster ride that we're gonna go on. Because it's time to fuck shit up. Literally, we're gonna fuck shit up and have fun. Always remember to like live your life, learn through the mistakes, and of course grow into a better human being. And those 3 words that I will always preach from now on, because I love those 3 words: to live, learn, and grow. But yeah, this is the time, and this is the new era.